All right. So good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our community yoga. So we do have a theme that we'll be working with for today, and it's something that I feel everyone can enjoy, especially after a long day, and it is our yoga for sleep. Okay, so there are some poses in our yoga practice that can help us simulate that feeling of being relaxed so that later on after the session, you can feel a little bit more comfortable to transition from being on your mat to a sleeping situation. We will be utilizing our blocks, so just check that you have your blocks nearby. This can also be replaced by a pillow or anything that can elevate you in your pose for today. Okay? So that being said, we will be starting off in your Japanese seat, which is the pose I am in right now. You can use that block and slide it underneath your bum if ever there's pain on your knees or your ankles. And again, this can be replaced by a pillow or anything that will elevate your seat and lessen the load on your joints. And just go ahead and take a moment to find your center. Maybe allow yourselves to lean slightly forwards and back. And just feel your head begin to stack on top of your shoulders stack on top of your hips, resting your hands comfortably on top of your thighs. And if you haven't done so yet, please close your eyes. Let's just use this time to arrive in our space. Maybe we had a long day, running errands, being busy at work with our family. Maybe we're feeling a little bit rushed, stressed, or tense. So before we begin our practice, let's take this time to arrive, setting aside our worries and committing to the next couple of minutes that we'll be spending with each other. Allow yourselves to find long, deep breaths in and long, deep breaths out. That will help you find a little bit more presence and awareness in your space. Now, keeping your eyes closed, please just place one hand on your chest and the other hand on your belly. And take a moment to thank yourself for being here, for taking the time to take care of yourselves, for taking the time to improve your sleeping. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Begin to blink your eyes open. And with a smile on your face, just go ahead and reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And imagine yourself waking up, lengthening from the hips all the way up to your arms. Inhale here. Exhale, interlace your fingers and flip your palms to face up to the sky. As you press up, let your shoulders shrug back and allow yourselves to expand through your heart. Inhale. Exhale, push your arms towards the front, round your back, and look down to your belly. Let me turn to a profile as we go again. Inhale, sweep your arms up, arch the back, expand your heart. Exhale, push your arms to the front, round your spine. 3 more times, please. Inhale, lengthen as you reach up and lean back. Exhale, push and round your spine. Again, inhale, arms up and lean back. Exhale, push forwards and round your spine. One last, please. Inhale, your arms up and arch the back. Exhale, push forwards and round your spine. Reach upwards once again on an in-breath. But as you exhale, begin to lower your arms down by your sides and transition to tabletop pose. Come down onto your hands and your knees, setting your props to the side. As you arrive in your table, just go ahead and hover your feet a few inches off the floor and take some ankle rotations, rotating that ankle, rotating it a couple more times. Now begin to line up your hands under your shoulders with your fingers spread out wide and curl your toes. Let's take your downward facing dog. So you're going to lift your hips up and form an inverted V position with your body. Look towards your feet and see if you can push your chest more towards your legs. Now begin to bend and extend your knees, bending and extending one leg at a time, pedaling out your feet. And as you do so, begin to make your way towards the front end of your mat. And come into a forward fold so that your torso dangle to your legs. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Feel free to micro bend your knees just so that you can relax a little bit more with your upper half. Now through bent knees, begin to roll yourselves up, bone by bone. And as you reach the top, you circle your arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, gather your prayer hands towards your heart center. We go again, please. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen to the sky. Exhale, gather your prayer hands to your hearts. One more, lengthen the breaths. Inhale and exhale. On this next one, you're going to reach your arms upwards once again on an in-breath. But as you exhale, you hinge from the hips and you come into a forward fold. Dive down once again towards your legs. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Now begin to open your feet as wide as your mat, adjusting your feet as wide as your mat space. Toes turn out, heels turn in, and begin to sit down into a squatted position. Allow your body to just sway a couple of times, left and right, side to side. You can let your heels and your toes lift off the floor as you loosen up just a little bit more here. Now, if you have your heels lifted, you can keep your hands down to the ground. If you have them flat, you can bring your prayer hands in front of your chest. Now think of having your elbows in between your thighs so that you can push your legs back and create space on your hips and widen through your heart. Take a big breath in here and exhale. Now slowly reach your arms behind you so that you can begin to make your way down to a seated position. extending your legs forwards and giving your legs a couple of shakes, a couple of pedals, a couple of movements, just allowing yourself to free up space on your hips. Now we're setting up for your butterfly pose. So please bend your knees and let the knees fall out to the side. Create a diamond shape with your legs. If there's any lingering movements that you have to do, now would be the best time. Again, just maybe to get more comfortable with your seat, just a little bit more spacious with your hips. Now from here, you lengthen your spine on an in-breath. And then as you exhale, you come into a forward fold. You dive your body down towards your legs. You can keep your hands on your feet or maybe walk your hands forwards and surrender just a little bit more into this fold. And as you come into this relaxed state, notice the spaces that you are freeing up, particularly on your hips and your back body as you melt just a little bit more. Inhale here. Exhale slowly. Roll your torso all the way upright and guide your knees together, closing off the gap between your thighs. Extend your legs forwards once again. Extend your legs forwards once again. And we're going to bend our right knee, stepping our foot outside your left thigh. Hug the knee in with your left arm and place your right hand down onto the floor behind you for a spinal twist. You can stay here or intensify just a little bit more that twist by hooking your left elbow against your thigh, pushing your arm against your leg so that you turn your torso and look back just a little bit more. Now inhale here, please. As you exhale, unwind from your twist, release the rotation of your body. Now let this foot slide out to the side so that your knee is stacked on top of that other leg. Slide that foot out to the side so that this knee is stacked on top of that other leg. Take a moment to lengthen to your spine on an in-breath. And then exhale, lean forwards, noticing how this feels when you're pushing your belly against your leg against your other thigh, your thigh against down the mat. And come down just enough for you to feel those spaces. It's okay if you are hovering up high or going down low. Maybe bow your head and close your eyes. And allow yourselves to enjoy the space. Breathe into the sensations. Long deep breaths in. And long deep breaths out. Now slowly roll your torso upright. Extend your legs forwards. And just go ahead and give your legs a couple of shakes, a couple of sways before we move on to that other side. You're going to bend your left knee this time. And you land your foot outside your right thigh. Hug that knee in with your right arm. Left hand comes down onto the floor behind you. And again, you can stay here by hugging that knee in. Or if you would prefer to hook your elbow against your knee, go ahead and see how that feels. Try to sit up nice and tall so that you can maximize the rotation of your spine, really allowing yourselves to wring out any tension, pain, or stress on your back body. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind. And begin to let that left foot slide out to the side so that your knee is stacking on top of your other leg. Lengthen through your back body. Prepare. Inhale. Exhale, just come down enough for you to feel those spaces on your hamstrings, your hips, your thighs, your back. Bowing down to a degree that feels good for your spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly roll yourselves upright. Come up bone by bone. Untangle your legs and give your legs a couple of shakes, a couple of sways. Now we're going to come into another butterfly pose. So go ahead and bend your knees, open your knees out wide, but create a bigger diamond shape with your feet and your hips. So adjust your feet further from your groin. You inhale to lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, think of chin to your chest and forehead towards your feet as you bow down into a rounded back body. Your hands can be on your legs or down on the floor, wherever you can relax a little bit more into this pose. Let your body feel heavy. Feel the spaces that you are creating from your low back, middle back, upper back, as you relax just a little bit more into this fold. Inhale here and exhale. Slowly roll your torso all the way upright and begin to guide your knees together, closing off the gap between your thighs. We're making our way down to a lying position, but as you lie down, make sure that your block or your pillow, your prop is nearby as you release yourselves down to the ground. Once you connect to the mat, please take your cradle pose, hug your knees into your chest, and give yourselves a couple of gentle rocks, side to side, massage your back. Now, keeping your knees bent, land your feet down to the floor. And let's take our supported bridge. So slide that block underneath your sacrum, the bony part just above your butt. And you have some options with that block. You can stay low, you can come up high with the orientation. And I'm gonna layer in some extra options. You can extend your legs straight down to the ground. You can also reach your arms over your head. Now, wherever your body takes you, please do not hesitate to adjust. If something feels uncomfortable, if something feels like you need to fix them, take time to find where you need to go with this one. Should be feeling a nice, spacious feeling on your belly, your chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Now from here, rebend your knees if you're not yet there. And then bring your arms down by your sides, slowly lifting your bum up so that you can set your blocks to the side as you lower your bum back down to the floor. Hug your right knee to your chest and lower your left leg straight down to the floor. Let's take your spinal twist. So begin to let that knee cross over to the left. Let that knee cross over to the left. Open your right arm out to the side and look over your right shoulder. Allow your body to feel heavy in this pose, melting yourselves into the shape that you have found. Inhale here, please. Exhale, slowly come back to the center. We're switching sides. So left knee in this time, right leg comes down. And you guide that knee to cross over your right. And you let your left arm open out to the side, looking over your left shoulder. And again, let your body feel heavy. Allow yourself to surrender into this pose. Allow yourself to relax in this shape. Inhale here, please. And then as you exhale, come back to the center. Bending both knees this time towards your belly. And we're grabbing a hold of the edges of our feet or the big toes with the peace fingers. Have the bottoms of your feet facing up and your knees super wide into your happy baby pose. Allow yourselves to rock side to side just like a happy baby, moving left and right, left and right. Now take a big breath in here. As you exhale, lower your arms and your legs down to the floor. But before we fully come to rest, I'm going to invite you to place one hand on top of your belly and the other hand on top of your chest. And as you do so, observe how you feel from the moment that we started our practice and now that we are about to close. Recognizing this wonderful opportunity that you have gifted yourselves, taking time to take care of your body, taking time to improve your sleeping, taking time for you in this moment. Begin to relax your arms down to the floor, closing your eyes. Feel free to enjoy this Shavasana as long as you want. And have a great night ahead of you. Namaste.